WWDC 2014 was today, and it was awesome, and this is your WWDC 2014 recap. They started by saying that there are now 9 million registered developers, a 47% increase from last year. There are now 40 million copies of Mavericks installed on 51% of Macs. Windows 8 shipped 1 year before Mavericks, and it has an adoption rate of 14%. Let me remind you that Mavericks has an adoption rate of 51%. Then Apple announced OS X Yosemite. OS X Yosemite has a new look that's sort of like iOS 7, but isn't exactly iOS 7. And OS X Yosemite has a dark mode. OS X now has widgets in the notification center. Normally, it's hard to send large files through email because you get like error messages and stuff. Well, Apple has now created a way that you can send documents up to 5 gigs. You send it, and it takes it and it puts it into an iCloud, makes a secure link for it, and it sends this link to that person, and then they just download from this link. I'm sure this would make a lot of people happy. You can now airdrop between iOS and Macs. Now in OS X Yosemite, markup will allow you to edit your photos right in the email. So you can circle things, you can add arrows, you can magnify stuff, and you can do this all right from the Mail app. There's a new hand-off feature that would allow you to take what you're doing on your Mac. If you're working on a document, you have a website open or something like that, on your phone or iPad, you would get a little square over in this corner, and all you would do would swipe up, and that would open whatever you were doing on your Mac. So then you would just be able to continue right there on your iPad or iPhone. Now this is awesome, alright? This is like mind-blowingly awesome. So now you can make real phone calls and send real SMS text messages from your Mac. It uses your phone number to just send it right from your Mac. So now in OS X Yosemite, you wouldn't have to go and find your phone and type it in the number you see on your screen. You would just go right from your Mac, you'd click on it, and you'd hit call. And then it calls with your phone, but you're using your Mac. You don't even have to have your phone right next to you. Before on Mac, you were able to send iMessages, and on iPad, you'd also be able to send iMessages. But now, you can send SMS text messages from your Mac, which will again use your phone to actually send it, but you're sending it from your Mac. You don't even have to have your phone around you, just in close enough. It can be, like Apple said, it can be on the other side of your house or something like that. That's awesome. This also works on iPad. iOS 7 has a satisfaction rate of 97%, and iOS 7 is installed on 89% of devices. KitKat, the latest version of Android, is only installed on 9% of Android devices. Over 1/3 of people using Android are using Android software from 4 years ago. And Apple has 89% of people using iOS 7. OS X Yosemite will be available this fall. But if you want, you can get it right now through the public beta program on apple.com/OSX/preview. I don't know. I'll look it up. It will be in the link in the description below. Apple also announced iOS 8 today. iOS 8 will have quick reply. Quick reply won't be only for Apple's apps, it will be for all apps. So on iOS 8, when you get a notification banner, if you just pull down on it, that will activate the quick reply, and if it's like a text message, all you have to do is start typing, you will get the text message, and you just hit send, and it disappears. It's awesome. Quick reply, it's just awesome. Now in iOS 8 on iPad, there will be a new tab view in Safari that will show all your tabs at once. Apple also added this really weird thing where you can send a video or just your voice in text messages. When am I going to be sending my voice in text messages? Isn't the whole reason of texting so I don't have to talk to that person or hear their voice? 'Cause I think that was the whole idea there. This audio texting thing is something I will probably never use and hope no one ever uses to me, because I do not really care to hear their voice. I just want to read the words. Sort of the whole point in texting there. As for the video, like, why? Why would I want that? If I wanted to send a video, wouldn't I just go to the camera app and take a video and then send it? Apple also added QuickType. Now, QuickType is pretty cool because now as you type, there will be a little bar of words that you're probably going to use next. So if you click on those, you don't have to type out the whole word. And what's really unique about QuickType is it learns what words you're going to use with that person. It's also using context from the words around it and previous messages and things like that. Group messages have also been improved a lot. You can now name a group message thread, and you can add or remove people from that group message. You can also leave a group message thread now too. Also a new special Do Not Disturb for group messages. So if you go into there and you press Do Not Disturb, it won't be constantly notifying you of every text message that goes on in that group message. You'd have to actually go and look. You can also share your location in group messages. So if you want to say you wanted to share your location with those people in that group message, you have three options. You can share your location for an hour, until the end of the day, or until you stop it. Now in group messages, all your attachments in the group messages will all be in one place, so you can easily find them. There's now a new health app built right into iOS. You will now be able to monitor your health with third-party products. There were rumors of HealthBook before, and I thought there was a pretty good chance that they'd be real, because they looked beautiful, they looked great, they would go great with iOS, they looked awesome, they just looked real. They looked extremely real, and I was really happy with the way they looked. And then today at WWDC, when I was watching, I seen this HealthBook logo, or it's not even called HealthBook, it's just called Health, and I was horrified. I was like, that does not go with the iOS 7 home screen. And I was like, okay, well maybe the actual inside of the app will kind of like what was rumored, and it didn't. It did not look like that, and I was very upset about that. It looks not as good as the rumors. Like, when the rumors and mock-ups look better than the actual product, there is a huge problem there. There's now family sharing, which will allow you to share your photos, reminders, calendars, music, and apps. So now you won't even have to buy your music and apps over and over and over and over, because you can just set up family sharing. The way this works is, if you're all on the same credit card, you can set up family sharing. There is now a lot of improvement with photos, and you can edit photos and favorite photos and search for photos. There are new pricing plans for iCloud storage. 20 gigs will be 99 cents a month. 200 gigs, $3.99 a month. Apple also said today that there are 1.2 million apps on the App Store. Apple said that 300 million people visit the App Store every week. And there are over 75 billion app downloads. And Apple is trying to improve the App Store a lot, and the few ways that they're doing this is they have top trending searches, explore tabs so you can find more apps. You can scroll down now, instead of having to swipe sideways in the App Store search results, you can swipe down. There's related apps, and now for app bundles. App developers can bundle a group of apps and sell for a discounted price, and then you'll get all those apps for that one price. There will now be app previews, so developers can make short videos of what their app is like and really help the buyer decide if they want to buy that app or not. There will also be test flight in the App Store, and this will allow app developers to invite people to beta test their app. Now this is really exciting. There will now be widgets in the notification center for certain apps. Any app developer can make a widget. There will also be third-party keyboards. That would be kind of cool. I just want like a dark keyboard that looks just like the real iOS keyboard. That was put into iOS 7.1 beta 1, and then they took it out. and that really was disappointing. So if someone can make a keyboard that looks just like the real iOS keyboard, but just darker, I would like that. I would like that a lot. Touch ID is now available for developers to use inside of their apps. That's awesome. iOS 8 will be available this fall. Apple has now created a new programming language that's supposed to be easier to program and stuff. Good for the developers. Thanks for watching. Please remember to subscribe, comment, share, and like this video.